The downfall of Luton Town needs to be studied. Seriously, it's drastic, but this just poses a whole new question that absolutely no one's talking about. If you haven't been following the Championship at all, it looks like Luton Town are about to be relegated after just spending a season in the Premier League where they did not have a bad experience. I think they were very unlucky in a lot of games. Usually in the second half of the games, they were very aggressive, very close to winning a lot of games, but just didn't quite do it. Now they're sitting in that relegation zone in the Championship, and it looks like they're going to go back down to League One. Now, for a team that was recently in League One to go into the Championship, to then go into the Prem, it's such a shame. Just when you think you've got there, you've done it, the limbs in the playoffs, to then get into the Premier League, a lot of teams are facing this, and they're going straight back down, which reveals the real issue. How can we get lower league teams to stay competitive getting into the Premier League and actually feel like they deserve to be there? Because I've spoken to a lot of people, and some people enjoy the Championship more. And I'm sure it's the same for the players. At least they can be competitive in a league. But the point of this is to progress, but really we're just stopping progression. Now let's talk about Luton Town. Also living very, very close to Luton, I have a lot of friends who are Luton fans, and I did speak to one in particular, and he told me a lot about Luton because I've been trying to understand what's gone wrong this season. Rob Edwards is hailed as a legend from what I heard. Some very good talent when they were in the Premier League. But once they got demoted, it looked like a lot of their players left. So I asked him what went wrong, and he told me that they spent their money in the wrong areas, keep getting a lot of injuries, the players are low on confidence, which is common being demoted from the Premier League. All in all, just had very, very poor recruitment. Now, had they had better funding being in the Premier League, A, they could have maybe stayed up. B, they could have boosted their squad depth. So even if they got back into the Championship, they could have stayed consistent and high up in the table. But this was not the case. Whilst I'm talking about Luton, not just Luton, for the first time since 1978, and also the only time in the Premier League, 3 teams that came up went straight back down. And this season, the 24-25 season, it looks like the exact same thing is going to happen once again. It does not take an idiot to look at this data and think something is wrong, because something is clearly wrong if that's going to happen for the second year running. Now, from the outside, you can say, oh, it's bad luck, or teams aren't actually that good, but getting to the Premier League should be a big thing. It should make you want to drive more, but the clubs just aren't being supported. Yes, you get a bit of prize money for getting in. That's just not enough. We're talking about teams who are spending hundreds and hundreds of millions on squads, and you want to compete with your team that you just about won the Championship in. It just doesn't work. And having been in the Championship, and in my opinion, something needs to be done about it. Clubs needs to be supported better. They need to be getting more money, or an overall change needs to be made. They have said they are getting rid of FFP or adjusting it, but will that really ever happen? And how much damage will it do good? How will it help the teams lower down? Because the way people look at those bottom 3 teams is 3 points. You're looking at Leicester, you're looking at Southampton, you're looking at Ipswich as 3 points games. That's just the truth of it, and it was exactly the same last season. You're playing Burnley, you're playing Luton, you're thinking, oh, easy one this week. No matter who you are, you could be a mid-table team. You're thinking the exact same thing. And to be honest, I'm not sure what we can do about it. I want you guys to comment down below your suggestions, because I'm out of ideas apart from giving them more money, because clearly there's money flowing through the Premier League. What else are they going to do? And also, if you don't already, click that follow button. It helps me out massively. But seriously, what do we do?